honestly, this is just for me to look cool for a second so I don't feel nervous myself.
Okay. I like it.
But, so I'll just start off with telling you how I even know who you are.
Okay.
Honestly, hilariously enough. So I came to Florida 2015.
Okay.
I was still playing soccer at the time. My soccer number at DC United Academy in Maryland,
Yeah.
19.
Ooh.
So I came over here. I was big into basketball and soccer.
Okay.
So something that I was very big on was looking up rosters, stats, players, seeing how they play. And of course, being, a youth soccer player, you look up to everyone else that's older than you, playing professional, you know what I'm saying? So you watch how they move, you watch their skill moves, you look at the teams that they go to, all that stuff. So coming from Maryland to Florida, obviously we know Orlando City Soccer, all the different players that are on the team that get traded to the team and whatnot, transfers. We're big on that. You play FIFA, you understand how the game goes. So we know who the Orlando Pride is. You were one of them at the time.
Yes.
So I knew who you were then in 2015, 2016.
Okay.
And then now I came to college, University of Tampa. Came to college 2019, I believe, second semester freshman year. And I noticed that there was no real professional soccer here besides Tampa Bay Rowdies, you know? So when I find out we got Tampa Bay Sun, I'm like, all right, let me see if this team's legit. First signing.
Yeah.
Ta-da. So I'm like, boom, I'm coming to all the games,
Yay.
every single home game. So the last game, I was actually behind the goal. I don't know if you saw.
No.
I was waving the flag. I had a good time.
Good.
I had a fun time. But
I love that.
For me, being one of those kids that grew up, I guess, watching you guys, the professionals, you know what I mean? Watching you guys play, it meant so much to me just to even be one of those ball kids, one of the kids that get to walk with you guys, to the walkouts and all that stuff. I remember Andy Nahar, Bill Hamid, Dwayne De Rosario, all these different players that were big at the time. No way.
His dad coached me my whole childhood. So, yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah, in Toronto. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm
yeah.
Shoot. I used to play all the games and just, those guys were the heroes back then. So for you, when you were the ball girl or just the person walking with the professionals, who were those players that inspired you?
Oh, for sure, Cara Lang. That was who I idolized when I was younger. I mean, I would go to all the Canadian national team games and wait for her after the game and just ask her for her hair tie or ask her to sign my cleats. And I mean, I'll never forget it. She gave me her hair tie. And I wore it every single practice until it broke. Because I felt I would felt like it was probably so sweaty too. And she was like, "Are you sure you want this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I wore it every day. And yeah, I always looked up to her, and that's kind of what inspired me to just want to play for the national team and want to go as far as I could with soccer.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I'm shook, just in the sense of how things could work full circle. And even the wristbands. I have a friend that is now on the MLB team, and he was saying he knows how important it is to them, so he gives them the wristbands. And so now you're one of the kids that wore it all the time. They're
I know.
Jeez, I'm where in Canada did you start playing soccer, or did you start when you came to the U.S.?
No, so I started when I was 5 in Toronto. I played for a small club called Wexford, and yeah, I mean my whole family's Italian, so we'd always watch soccer on TV, and soccer was just kind of a huge part of Italian culture, and they put me in it, and I don't know, I just fell in love with it. And then my dad was my manager growing up, so he kind of moved me to, the rep soccer field, and then he, kind of helped me with what club I should go to and what was the most competitive. And then I had Dwayne De Rosario's dad, Tony, who really elevated my career, and just because Dwayne had been through that route. Yeah. So he was my head coach for my club, and he would always tell my dad, this is what she has to do, or she should go to these tryouts and do this. And so I did that, and I was on our district team, then our regional team, and then Team Ontario, which was our provincial team. And that's kind of what allowed me to have these opportunities. So
jeez, I'm if I smile too hard, I'm trying not to freak out. Okay, this is because now I'm thinking about all the memories that I've had, even just knowing that process of being like constant repetition, consistency. You got to be determined. You got to know that you love the sport before you even really get heavily into it and all that. When did you know that, like, okay, I actually have like a shot at this? I can do this in my future.
I think when I was 8, when it started to get more competitive, I mean, I excelled in it, and I just enjoyed the sport. And so 8, I kind of got more serious, and then I would say 13 is when the provincial teams kind of started, and it was 25 girls in the whole province for under 14, under 15, under 16, and that's when it started to become serious. I mean, it's the first time players were getting cut, and so I saw that path to the national team, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So yeah, I kind of just took my game to another level and realized that it wasn't only what I did in those 2 hours of team training. Like, that wasn't going to be enough. So I started to focus on what I ate. I started to do extra, like, technical training, extra fitness, even just on my own. I remember in high school, the teachers would, like, kind of make fun of me, but I would be in, like, the halls of our school during lunch and just, like, juggling a tennis ball or doing whatever I could to get touches before I was going to provincial practice, because I knew, like, every practice meant so much. So I wanted to be sharp when I got there. But all those little things truly, I think, helped me get to where I am, because you don't notice it right away, but after you look back, you're like, wow, I've improved so much over time by doing all the right things, and they might be little, but they add up.
Being a soccer player that goes to the hallway, doing like soccer juggles, juggling the ball with a tennis ball. Of course, back then it might be seen as crazy. How did you see, like, even focusing on like the fundamentals, getting those actual touches that matter off the field, and how do they help on the field?
Yeah, I think obviously when you're at team training, you get, let's say, 20 touches in a drill, but you don't really focus on the technique of it. So I realized that I've always been kind of athletic and fast, and I really wanted to focus on the technical side of it. So I kind of watched videos on YouTube, or just, like, honestly took the ball and did different cone drills until I got good at them. And I remember I could, like, juggle the tennis ball, like, twice, and I get so frustrated. And then, I mean, got to over hundreds after, a couple months. So,
So I know globally, Caitlin Clark is a huge name in the basketball world. Everyone loves how competitive she is. From you just saying that you couldn't juggle a tennis ball. I know that the average person can't juggle, period. And you were getting frustrated not being able to juggle a tennis ball. What was, like, where do you think that ambition came from to just keep telling yourself, like, I could get this if I just keep going at it?
I would say that, I don't know, I've always kind of just been really hard on myself and just been very competitive. I know my sister would get so mad at me because I would try and cheat in, like, any game that we had as kids because I wanted to win so bad.
You were one of those.
Yeah, and if I didn't win, I would be in a terrible mood. So my sister had to let me win probably a couple times because she didn't want to hear me after. But yeah, I think I grew up just being that way. And then actually at age 14, I was on the provincial team, and then there was a tournament to go to nationals, and every province plays each other, and there were, like, a couple cuts at the end of the year, and I ended up being one of the players that got cut, and it was just kind of like a wake-up call for me, because I knew where I wanted to be, and I knew I had to put in, more work and more effort and more time into this sport. And I mean, from that moment on, I think it just taught me so much about myself that, you can go through all these hard times, but if you believe in yourself and you just focus on what you really want, then you can overcome those things.
Do you have an older sister? You have an older sister.
Younger.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Okay, so am I. I know that responsibility. I guess growing up as the oldest sister, how did you balance, like, just being the oldest sister and also being the player that you are?
I think, my sister played soccer too, and it was nice having her to play with. And I don't know. I think that she helped me too, because it was somebody that I could play and train with. And she's, like, really different than me, more on the chill side. So we balance each other out.
So she's chill.
Yeah, she's chill.
What does that make you?
Oh, no, I'm very type A. So,
Meaning?
Yeah.
Meaning what?
Very structured and just,
okay.
yeah, I like everything, kind of by the book. And I'm a big planner, so I like to have my days planned and organized. And if something doesn't go
according to plan,
it's a little bit stressful.
I see what you mean. She's more adventurous, like the adventurous type. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a little adventure. But I think, so I'll give you some preface. The thing that I'm thinking of with the sibling thing, my younger brother is only two years younger than me in a couple months, but he's 6'6". Like, he's tall.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately. You know, my doctor told me I'll be 6 foot. Never got there.
It's okay.
Yeah, so there was a point in time where we both were playing soccer, and it was cool to have just like someone that's a sibling, you know, to compete with. I think we competed so hard to a point when, like, after competing with soccer, we would get home, we'd still be in competition. Like, you want to play FIFA? Sure. Yeah. And I'm beating him, and he can't win, and I'm just watching him get aggravated. So now we're back on the field, and he can't beat me in soccer. So he switched to play basketball.
Nice.
That's how he grew. So now he's taller than me. I guess he won in the height, but
it's okay.
Sure. But going into college, I mean, you went to USF. Did you go for all 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you were at USF, I was at Montford, I think so.
Okay.
And when did you graduate?
2017.
2017. Okay, perfect. So I was over there. Going into your professional years, was there anything that maybe you ran into that you just didn't expect?
Yeah, I mean, I actually have an interesting story, which a lot of people don't really know about, but I obviously was an international and from Canada, so when I went to college, there wasn't like a direct path into the NWSL at the time. Being an international, it's hard.
That's true.
So I actually graduated in the spring and went to Spain to play. We had a coach who helped out with USF, who got one of my teammates and myself to Spain, and she was already there from the season before. And I went there and played for the first half of the season, and it was just completely different for me. It was 2 hours a day of training, and then you don't really do anything for the rest of the day, and the lifestyle was just different to adapt to, whereas in college you're running around all the time, moving from lift to class to training, and you have all your friends around you. So it was really difficult for me when I got there, and I just didn't love the experience. So I came back to Canada, and I was like, okay, like, I don't know what the future holds for me. There's no Canadian professional league. Like, I don't know where I'm going to play. So I actually got a job offer in what I am very passionate about as well, but it was in the medical industry, in medical device sales with a really great company, Stryker. And I was like, should I take it? Like, I still love soccer, and I still think that I have so much more to offer. But this opportunity is kind of right there in front of me. So I decided to go ahead and do that. And I actually did that for 2.5 years and was a medical device sales rep. So I was in the operating room every single day from like 7 a.m. until 4, sometimes even like 9 at night, honestly. Yeah. And it was great. I mean, had great relationships with surgeons and got to see, sports in another light. And then, I mean, the whole time I knew that I missed playing just because I knew I wasn't done. I was healthy and had no injuries, knock on wood. So I just knew I wanted to keep playing. And then, the opportunity with Orlando kind of, fell into place for me. And I had been training, during that time. And then, so I did take a step back from the sport, and it just made me appreciate it so much more. And I'm glad that kind of happened, because now I just love it even more.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
First off, like, I'm reminiscing a little bit, just because I know a lot of people who have had that same, like, off and on. Like, I don't know if I'm even gonna, you're not ready to say goodbye.
No.
Almost.
Yeah. It's hard. I mean, it's your identity at that point. It's your whole life. I always look at it like, I wake up in the morning and think about what I'm going to eat, or I wake up at a certain time because I need to prepare for this sport. It's not, when I was doing medical device sales, it's not like that. It's not like a thing you're constantly thinking about. So, I'm just happy I decided to come back, and now I'm doing what I love. So.
Yeah, 100%. Congrats.
Thanks.
By the way, congrats. I know I hit that same I guess, like, realization that it kind of becomes a part of you. You almost forget that you don't know much more outside of it,
Yeah.
you know? And I think, so I got injured, and that's how I stopped playing. I around 18, the exact time, you know, when colleges start looking at you, recruiting season and all that stuff. But after that, I realized, like, oh, shoot, like, I'm actually around, like, I guess, an average or real person now. Like, I'm not playing a sport.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the, you know, collegiate ball. Like, what do I do? So now it's kind of confusing. It's like, all right, I'll wake up, work out, then what? You know? Like, that's what I ran into. Still being a professional now. What do you like doing in your free time when you're not training?
So I love this unique opportunity that I got to play at home for what's home for me now in Tampa, just because my college friends are here, my husband lives here, and I have a life that I've created here. So it looks a lot different than it did playing in Orlando or playing Kansas City, where I didn't have that off the field support and that, you know, off the field kind of life. So now, I mean, I'll finish training and meet a friend for lunch or go shopping with friends and go to dinners on the weekend or go to the beach. Like, I'm able to do what I love and still live my life at the same time, which honestly, I can't ask for more.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific spots that you love to go to?
Ooh. I mean, I love Hyde Park Village.
Okay.
Yeah, for dinners or shopping there. I love Paso Grill Beach. International Mall I'm at way too often, so
Are you a big
we won't
shopper?
talk about that.
Are you a bigger shopper or a window shopper?
Honestly, both. Sometimes I just do it to pass time, and I don't know, but I've just always kind of like that. I obviously grew up in Toronto, in a huge city, so it's kind of something you just do on the weekends, walk downtown and shop. So
How different is Tampa to Toronto? I actually have family in Mississauga.
Yeah,
I think
that's close to me.
Mississauga around there.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not butchering it.
No,
I know
you're
I got
not.
family in Quebec as well.
Okay.
So I've been
Nice.
up there a handful of times, and I do love the area.
Yeah.
But I guess in the winter, since now we're in December
Okay. Yes.
or November, but like going into December, winter, how
Miserable.
different is it?
I mean, I always look back, I'm like, how did I do it for so long? But I didn't know any different. But for me, it's just like the gray skies. It's not even the cold weather. It's just like not seeing the sun and not being, you know, bright outside when you leave practice at night or something. So, yeah, I mean, I love Tampa. I just feel like everyone is in a better mood and it's just so much more positive and fun than, you know, being cooped up at home all winter long in Toronto.
in the burr,
Yeah.
cold. Yeah, I love the cold. So
Oh, no.
I do get it though. I totally understand what you mean by the atmosphere. I think I'm just used to it. Born in
Yeah.
January, so I'm
Okay.
used
I'm
to
a
the
summer
cold.
baby,
Summer
so, yeah.
summer all the way.
Yeah, I
Got
mean, I
it.
was born in August, so maybe it's that.
Okay, Tampa Bay song.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It is.
Yeah, your husband.
Yeah,
Congrats on the marriage.
thank you.
With him being a professional golf, how does the like level of competitiveness, like, is that?
I think that we're like very different people. We're both very competitive, but I think in a different way. Again, he's like more relaxed and chill, and I'm not that. So I think, again, we balance each other out. He's like, I mean, he helps me a lot. He's very positive and always looking at the bright side of things, which just is nice to hear sometimes. But yeah, what's really nice about it is we both understand what we're trying to do, and we're both trying to reach, you know, our ultimate goals, and we're helping each other along the way. But there's never a time when it's like, oh, like, you know, I thought you were going to come to dinner with me instead of going to the field for an extra hour. So he's always pushing me to do what's best for my career, and then, you know, we can enjoy each other's company whenever.
That's awesome. Yeah. Take notes, fellas. That's awesome. With that being, you know, teamwork and a teamwork aspect, continuing to help your teammate,
Yeah.
being on the field as a center mid and a center back. Did you play center back at all?
Not really.
Not really.
Just, yeah,
It's
just
all
center
center
mid or
mid.
outside back
Gosh,
sometimes. But
'cause I played center back and center mid close to the end of my
Okay.
career. So I know with that center mid position,
yeah.
you have a lot of duties. You have a lot. You got to see the whole field. You got to make sure that you're always checking in for the ball, always be available, all that stuff. How does that, like, how do you also connect with your teammates off the field to make sure you have good chemistry on the field?
Yeah, I think over the years I've kind of focused on that more. I think at first I looked at it more as like a job, and you go to work and then you come home and you kind of just leave everything at work. But I think that it is, because we do spend so much time together, it is important to build and maintain those relationships. And so just as I've gotten older, I've tried to like mentor younger players on our team who, I once was in their shoes. So I try to connect with those people that are younger than me and help them in a way that, maybe I wasn't helped at that age. And then, that builds the relationship there. And then obviously teammates that are my age, just, spending time with them off the field and enjoying their company. That way, when we're on the field, it's just a better connection, I think.
So surprising enough, again, I used to watch Girls Gone Vegan with your teammates.
Yeah, Tony and Allie, yeah.
During COVID, I
Yeah.
loved all of that, the entire series. Like, I
that's
Am
funny.
an Athlete, like all of that.
Yeah.
So when they popped up on it, I was like, what? Like, I know them too.
Yeah.
Like, they're your teammates.
Yeah.
How was it playing with them and even Marta? I remember meeting her when I was like, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Everyone knows who Marta is. Like, if you don't, I don't know if you know soccer like that, but I grew up watching a bunch of, like, women's soccer teams, professional women's soccer teams all the time. And she was one of the players. I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of different players that I see their faces, cannot remember their names.
Yeah.
But I watched so many of you guys growing up. How was it like having them as teammates?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Marta is just an incredible leader. Like, I got to Orlando and she always, like, kind of took me under her wing and would give me advice after training and just be like, do this, do that. And it helped me so much because, I mean, again, there's players that, have that experience that don't take the time to, help the younger girls and just mentor them. So she's definitely one that always focuses on helping, younger girls succeed. And she's just she's the GOAT, but she's the hardest worker on the field every single day. She's doing, she's coming in first for fitness testing, and she's how old now? So the standard that she sets for herself just allows others to like follow her lead. So, I mean, she was incredible to play with. I've never seen a better soccer player. The things she can do with the ball, I'm like in awe of every single day. But her as a person and a leader is what really stood out for me.
Yeah. And what about like Tony? She's a beast of a player.
Yeah, Tony was awesome. I mean, again, same thing, great leader and just someone that you could always like confide in and talk to after and just would help you like look at the positives of the sport. So,
did you ever, or can you even think of a favorite memory that you've had? It could be on the field, off the field. We'll go on the field first. Do you have a favorite memory that you have on the field? Canadian national team, pride, current, like whatever team you could think of. Favorite moment.
Favorite moment.
Or a favorite moment.
I don't know. I mean, getting my first appearance with the national team is like something that I'll
Huge.
never forget. It was actually at our stadium in Orlando, which made it even more special.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it came full circle for me. So my husband got to be there too. It was just, it was a moment that I'll never forget for sure. But yeah, I mean, I've had just always when we're winning and playing well, those are always fun times.
Yeah.
So.
Dang. I'm like, it is so cool. I'm trying not to freak out still.
No.
Just because I'm like, I got childhood. Of course, I played the sport. I understand it. Technically, my first love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're still in it. I get to watch you on the field. It's just so cool. So, again, thank you for doing this.
Of course.
I'm trying not to freak out.
No.
Currently now, obviously, you're in Tampa. How is it just to see, like, I guess the kids on the side? Because I know visually from like the media perspective, you're big on the kids, you're big on the team, you're big on the fans. How is it to be on the field, with your career right now, and then after you can meet the fans, you hear what they're saying? Like, how is it? How does it feel?
I mean, that's the reason that I still do it, to be honest. Like, there is nothing better than coming off the field and seeing those little girls, like, have your jersey or ask for an autograph, because I can relate fully. I mean, that was me. And so, I was that 8-year-old girl that just, wanted to go as far as I could with the sport. And then now I'm at that level, and it's crazy to see. And I just love that now these girls in Tampa, can grow up with something in their backyard that they can they can dream of doing. And the support has been incredible just from the entire city. Like, I never thought that we would get that as much support as we have, and, you know, from the other sports teams too in Tampa. So it's been awesome to see, and I hope that it continues.
If you ever see me, I'll be behind the goal.
Okay.
I'm usually screaming like a maniac just because
I love that.
I'm having fun.
Louder the better.
Yeah, honestly, I'm having fun. I had the little pamphlet of like the songs.
Oh, nice.
I was singing the songs and everything. But man,
There's just like so much that people don't realize about the sport. Like, I don't know, I think the mental side is like
That's
such a huge thing that people often overlook. And when you get to the professional level, I feel like it's even more. Now with like social media, everyone knows everything about your life, and they know, you know, how many minutes you play, how many games you start, and it just gets to a point where like it can become too much if you're constantly focused on that stuff. So yeah, I just think it's so important that you have like outlets and a good support system that allows you to forget about the sport after, you know, you're done with the game, because I've learned that the hard way, that just being so invested in it can actually be worse. So
don't ever look at the comments.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes it's honestly harmless. It's just, you know, people asking like, oh, how's it going? And, you know, you haven't played in 2 games, or you had an injury, and it's like, oh, I didn't really need that question right now. So yeah, I think that having a support system is so important, and I'm blessed to have who I have in mine, honestly. So
Can you actually go into that a little bit? Because I know what it's like to deal with a bunch of injuries. I had horrible knees. I have like 80-year-old knees. Okay,
no.
So my cartilage under my patella would break from like overuse. So I didn't understand at the time that it's like it doesn't really heal.
No.
Cartilage doesn't heal. I didn't understand that. So I had rehab for like 6 to 8 months and went right back, and immediately the same day I'm back injured. So I'm like, I thought like this would be better. No. So that, and then going into like the mental side, not even knowing like the mental obstacles I had to go through just to, you know, like low-key rebuild my self-esteem, or just like talk myself out of negative thoughts. Like when did you ever have those moments to get back on the field?
Yeah, I think that I've just had, honestly, it's just been like a crazy journey. There's like so many highs and there's so many lows. And sometimes I think, and I'm like, you know, you put in so many hours and so much work into the sport, and sometimes like there's so many more lows than there are highs, but those highs are definitely worth all of it. But yeah, I, you know, was really close to making the Olympic team in 2021. I was like one of the last cuts, and it was really hard. I mean, it's what I wanted was right in front of me. And Canada actually ended up winning a gold medal, so something they've never done before. Yeah, so that was really tough to just kind of, you know, accept. And again, I just, you know, woke up the next day and I'm like, okay, I still love this sport. I still have so much time to do what I want to do, and I still get to play, and that's what makes me the most happy. So yeah, I missed out on this really cool opportunity, and I'm really happy for my friends that were able to go and achieve such a great accomplishment. But, you know, there's other things that are set out for me. So I just have to keep going and achieve those things that, you know, are maybe years down the road, but I just got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Thank you for that. I know the topic and the conversation of mental health that is around athletes after sports, and even athletes during sports. Just like you said before, like social media is a huge thing. Everyone knows kind of who you are. They can look stuff up about you, even if it's true or false.
Yeah, a lot of false on there.
Oh, I bet. Like I can't even imagine. Like how do you even deal with that now to this day?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people will send me certain articles that say, like, you know, what happened to Jordyn, or why isn't she here anymore? And I'll let it affect me for like 2 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, like, you know, no one really knows, and it doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I try and, like, when those times come, or maybe when there's something that's not so great in my life, I just try and get off social media for the time being and just not see any of it, because it just doesn't help. So yeah, I've learned to kind of balance that better. And yeah, I just always remind myself that there's so much more than just soccer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I might think that it's, my whole world and that everyone knows and everyone's talking about it. But then when I go hang out with my friends in Toronto, none of them are athletes and none of them care about me as a soccer player. They love that I play soccer, but they love me as a person. So I'm able to just hang out with them and talk about a million other things that are going on. So that's what's really nice, and that's what I've just learned to do more of.
They know you're so much more than soccer already.
Yeah.
It's just harder for you to see that from their perspective. It's actually wild. So how I even started like this was exactly that exact reason. From being a soccer player, I grew up with, all the rankings you see, all the, not even articles. You just are like, social media wasn't that big back then.
Yeah.
So it's just more word of mouth. You all these different scouts and emails and text messages. So you're just dealing with coaches who think they know who you are.
Yeah.
So you just got to deal with that. Or even parents that may be super biased because it's like, oh, that's my kid, he's the greatest player and all that stuff. Dealing with that, stopping soccer. And what I do now is like videography, cinematography, graphics, all that different stuff. But I work with athletes all the time. And so me, from that perspective in Florida, people here only know me as that. So people back in Maryland or people in Claremont, Orlando know me completely differently. It's like, why did you stop soccer? But people here, it's like, you're only a cameraman.
Yeah.
And so I'm like watching both of the two perspectives, and no one's really like talking to me. So it's like everyone back in Maryland that are my friends from outside of soccer only see me completely different. I was like, okay, that kind of seems like a problem. I kind of have to try to do something about it if I want people to know me. So like this is like an outlet, not really just for me, but for everyone else.
Yeah.
I want everyone else to honestly be themselves. I like to know you for you. You know what I'm saying? And like this is opportunity for me to do that. So thank you for even doing this.
Of course.
What would be the most frustrating thing on the field for you? Like I know from being a center back, I have asthma. So it was very hard already just to try to be ready, for the center back, for the winger, to actually like check in and be available.
Okay.
So I'm already focused on running and actually having air to breathe. You obviously are in great shape. So you already know, like, you probably don't have to think too much about that. But are there times where maybe there's certain center mids that are actually harder to defend? So your job is now harder. You actually have to guard somebody else and always watch them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what type of players? There's actually a player on my team, Erica, who we like hate going against each other, but she is just so crafty with her.
Kendrick Lamar.
I'll do it again.
That's my social media post.
It's okay. There's actually a teammate of mine, Erica, who is just so crafty with her feet. And, she can just like change direction really quick and fake one way and go the other. And I've played against her so many times and with her that it's like still so hard for me to defend her. So players like that are just really good on the ball and like, can do a bunch of different things to get past a player.
What was something like technical for you that was hard to kind of just get the flow of? I know growing up, juggling was a huge thing that we had to do just because, you could work better on your first touch from all that comes in the air, or whenever there's like a goal kick, usually you could just trap it and keep going.
Yeah. What's this? I don't know. I think that in my position, you have to be like really aggressive and it's like a mindset, but it's also like you have to go into tackles. And as a child, I like wasn't aggressive at all. No, I used to play forward and my parents would laugh because whenever I was on a breakaway, I didn't want to hurt the goalie on the other team. So I would just like lightly tap it. And if she came close to me, I just wouldn't touch her. So yeah, I knew that if I wanted to get to the next level, especially in those positions, that I needed to be aggressive. And then, I don't know, it just clicked once I realized that's what I needed to do. And so now I'm kind of known for that. But
where did all that change? Because that's funny to hear, because watching you play, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Whenever the ball comes in and the player doesn't know you're behind them, like Jordyn is about to say,
I know. It's like I'm hunting. I don't know. I just kind of have made that my thing. And I don't know, I just kind of play fearless. I'm not scared of going into tackles, and it's just something that I really enjoy, doing for the team.
So, would you call yourself an aggressive player now?
Yes, but it's funny because I feel like I'm very aggressive on the field, but then when somebody takes me off the field, they're like, "Oh, she's like nice and not the way that you would think I am on the field." So, yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a surprise, but
Are other center mids in the game of soccer? What do you think is the most important thing that a center mid should learn that can help them on the field?
I mean, I think there's like the technique of like turning in tight spaces, but also just the awareness. I mean, you have players coming from every side of you, so being able to like scan, check your shoulder, and know, what spaces and you need to be in on the field to receive the ball in a good area. I think that's really important.
Something that now I'm flowing now.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm flowing now. So I know on the field, obviously, now I know the type of player that you are, the type of player you've been,
Yeah.
type of player that you've become. What have you taken from soccer that that just helped you like off the field with life? I know with me personally, being a center back at one point, surprising enough, I didn't know the center back position from a youth or a club or academy standpoint.
Yeah.
Sometimes could be looked down upon. Like just because, did you not know that either?
No, I mean,
Like, I don't know. Maybe just with Caribbean parents or something like that, it's like looked down upon. But
yeah.
I learned from the center back position that obviously you kind of cultivate the rest of the team. You see the whole field. You can actually help a player before the ball even comes. You kind of help the whole team with structure and balance, all that different stuff. So with that, I am really good at manager roles. So
Yeah.
usually I'm a media director or some manager type role, just directing people and my creative shoots and stuff like that. I'm pretty good at it. It helps me be a better director.
Yeah.
Anything that has helped you on the field off?
I think just like discipline. I think I really pride myself in like always being really fit and just doing like the extra stuff. And that has, allowed me to do it off the field. Whereas I have to like plan my days and I make sure that I, get these tasks done and do the extra things that are going to help me. So I would say that I'm just like very disciplined from soccer, and yeah, it helps me off the field in a lot of different ways. So.
How important is routine for you?
Huge.
Because 100%, I can already tell from the way that you said you're a structured person.
Yeah.
Your sister's like the adventurous somewhat.
Yeah.
You're very structured, like on time, on
Very,
schedule.
yes. I mean, I think I'm like a creature of habit too. Like I love, routine, and it keeps me going. It just makes me feel accomplished at the end of the day when I know I set out to do 5 things and I've done them on time and I've done them all. Then, I go to bed happy at night.
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
If you argue the friend, let's give you a scenario.
Okay.
If these 3 restaurants, which ones are your favorite? I'll go Green Lemon,
Okay.
Bar Taco,
Okay.
thinking Hyde Park, Timpano. Have you been there yet?
Yeah, I've been to all.
Out of those 3, which ones would you pick on a Friday, Saturday night?
Probably Bar Taco.
Boom. Bar Taco. It's Bar Taco. It's 8 p.m. All the girls in the group chat, like 8 p.m. Bar Taco, right?
Okay, yeah.
You're the first one there.
I am the first one there.
Everyone shows up at 8:30. Are you upset? Are you grumpy? Are you hangry?
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, I have to say I usually am the first one there, but when it comes to like social gatherings, I am much more chill. Off the field stuff, I am a little less crazy about time.
Got it.
So 8:30 is pushing it. However, 8:15 I'll be like, oh yay, like it's okay, it's all good. But yeah, 8:30 would probably be pushing it. But everything else in terms of meetings or I don't know, anything that's a little bit more serious, yeah. I mean, 5 minutes early is like late for me. So.
Okay, I got you. All right, I'm gonna remember this. If I have you on the pod next, I'm showing up 30 minutes or an hour early just because. All right. So I know off the field, obviously, you're a little bit more lenient. But with, team meetings, film, practice, obviously, you're on time.
Yeah.
You're early.
Yeah.
How does that actually help other people that are watching you do that? Because I know how big that is for every other sport. Like, teammates are watching, and then the whole team kind of gets on. How important is that?
Yeah. I think I've always considered myself, like, more of a leader by example. Like, I like doing things for me that help me, but then, it allows people to also see what I'm doing. And if I'm successful at those things, then, they'll kind of follow along in that aspect. So yeah, time is one thing that I don't mess around with, especially with training. I mean, people will tell you on my team that I do the same exact thing every day. I get there at the same exact time. I eat my breakfast at the same time. I then do my own activation on the same side of the room at the exact same time.
Is that superstition or just
No, it's just
routine?
Yeah, routine. I just check all the boxes. It's okay, now I'm ready for training. That way, I've noticed too that I feel the same way. So, when I go into games, I don't have to think about all the different things I did that day as opposed to when I had a really good game. Because if I do kind of everything the same, then I don't have to think about how I'm going to play because I've done all the same things.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. I can see that. I can see that. Do you usually stay after practice? Do you get any extra shots in whatsoever?
I mean, sometimes. Just depends how I'm feeling. I think that as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that sometimes less is more and recovery is a little bit more important. But I do love getting extra touches in and just making sure that I'm feeling sharp in terms of passing and stuff like that. So.
How big is communication on the field? Because I know even you low-key gave me slight PTSD and just thinking of soccer. Yeah, because from the center back position, I had to scream. Even now, when I'm screaming songs in the car, I can't anymore just because I've lost my voice a little bit. But I mean, I know growing up, they tell us you got to be vocal. You got to tell your teammate man on, or just be vocal in general. Call for the ball, be loud. That's something that academies and the youth coaches actually just stress upon. How big is that at the professional level?
Yeah, my coach is huge on it as well. I don't think I have the loudest, most demanding voice. I think my voice doesn't project as well, but I mean, communication is huge. When I hear my center backs talking to me and behind, just makes my job so much easier. And then when I'm, communicating to the forwards and, telling them to screen or, shift left, force right, it just allows their job to be easier and everyone's on the same page. And I mean, it gets the job done better. So communication is huge.
I'm trying to put myself in your shoes almost. As a center mid, professional level, what is your favorite thing that happens on the field? I'll give you a slight example to give you some insight. So the center back, someone who's also aggressive on the field. Yeah. You can laugh at me if you want. I knew that I was already a bigger soccer player. Okay. I was a 200-pound center back. It's huge. 180, 200 pounds. But anyone that was taller than me, doesn't really matter the size, whenever the ball would be launched or long ball over the top, I would let them run onto it. I would make sure to get just close enough so as soon as they touch it, I can hit them. Yeah. Just so they go flying. So after everyone sees that, usually when the ball comes to me, I got space and time because no one wants to get hit. Yeah. That was my favorite thing because now the game is mine. It's open. I can find anybody else. I got time on the ball, all that stuff. Yeah. That was my favorite. Do you have anything in the game that happens on the field that's your favorite, or maybe that changes the game?
I think getting a tackle, winning a tackle early really sets the tone for me. It sets the tone for people around me too. I think, when the center mid beside me wins a tackle, it's okay, let's go. So I try and do that at the start of every game to make myself feel good too. It's okay, I'm on, I'm ready, and it just kind of goes throughout the whole game on a positive note, I think.
Okay, so I know we talked about shopping. Yeah. Okay, we talked about walkouts, talked about ball girls, all that stuff. Yeah. I know from the media side of things, when we're recording professional teams, D1 teams, D2, whatever it is, there's always the pregame fits. Oh, yeah. How important to you is the look good, feel good, or even just coming to the field before warm-ups with your pregame fits? Do you have any specific brands you like to wear?
I mean, I love Aritzia. It's my absolute favorite store. It's from Canada, and now it's made its way to the U.S., and now everyone loves it. But that's my favorite store, so my entire closet is from there. Really? But, I do like it. I think it's fun being able to express yourself in a different way. Sometimes it's stressful being I don't know what I'm going to wear this week. But yeah, I think if you looking good, you feel good, and just overall feeling put together allows you to feel that way on the field. I'm need to make sure that my hair is in a tight bun, moved on from the ponytail, tight bun, and if I feel like everything's good, I feel better about myself and
Gotcha.
play better.
So my hair, you could see, my hair does not honestly grow that much.
Oh,
This is like
okay.
a year.
Wow.
Like, this is just 1 year of hair, okay? I know you have pretty long hair. I know it may sound funny coming from a guy. Do you have a favorite hairstyle that you put on when you're playing?
I love a ponytail. I mean, I think the ponytail looks the best. However, in Florida heat, and I am a huge sweater, that the ponytail gets gross and wavy and sticking to my neck that I almost like feel like I can't see when I'm like checking for the balls. So I've had to adapt to the low bun. It's not as cute, but you know, it's more efficient.
Low bun.
And I've stuck with it since, just because it's easier. I don't have to think about it. My hair can be straight, wavy, whatever, and just all goes back, and I can see everything. Yeah.
Okay, we got the brand, we got the hair.
Yeah.
Off the field, do you have a favorite thing to do or like hobbies to do? Either you don't have practice, you got an off day. What is Jordyn doing on that off day?
I think I'm like a huge foodie. Like, I love good coffee. I love good food. That I love trying new restaurants, like with my friends or with my husband. Like, that's something I look forward to doing, getting dressed up for dinners or just, yeah, trying new places in Tampa. I do love the beach too. So whenever I get the chance to go over there, I do.
So
Yeah.
from now, this podcast is a lot more serious than what I ever thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We have a mandatory question.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it?
If you were invited to a cookout,
Oh my God.
to a Naj kind of cookout,
Okay.
kind of get what I'm saying a little bit, what dish would you bring?
Oh my God. I'm like not very good at cooking.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to cook, though. There's still a lot on the line. What is Jordyn Listro bringing?
Honestly, like, you're going to make fun of me, but my favorite food is salad. So, like, I would have to bring a salad, and
What
that
kind?
I can obviously make. No, just different. It depends. Like, I don't know. A lot of vegetables.
A lot of vegetables.
Definitely avocado.
We could do that. We
Yeah.
could do that.
The healthier, the better. Sorry. No cheese either. I don't eat dairy.
I'm just thinking of. So I asked the question only because
Yeah, you can
I'm
ask
from
me.
Maryland,
Yeah.
okay? And in the DMV, where there's a lot of the area that I grew up in,
Yeah.
predominantly black people, okay?
Yeah.
So like cookouts are a huge thing.
Yeah.
So it's like Sunday or Saturday, you know, when football is usually going on. So shoot, we got the whole neighborhood just pulling up to one house. It's usually the same thing. It's like
Okay.
barbecue type food, seafood.
Nice.
Maryland's big on crabs. You
Ooh,
know what I'm
love
saying?
that. Yeah,
so
I
we're
do
eating
like
seafood
crab.
or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I just asked people, like, what are they going to bring to the cookout?
God, wow.
So it's a lot on the line because it's a thing. If you bring a dish and
Yeah.
people don't like it, the next cookout, you're not invited.
I guess I'm not invited.
Probably
I'm
why.
definitely not invited with my
But
salad.
I mean, we need veggies, though. That veggie tray is usually always there with the ranch in the middle,
Yeah,
you know?
I think I would substitute that for hummus, but still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be salad.
Salad,
Salad
I'm sorry.
and veggies.
Yeah.
That's okay. If you can make a bomb salad and people like it, you invite it back.
Okay, good.
If there was like a cookout of some sort in the Tampa area,
Yeah.
would you love to go?
Yeah.
Would you bring your husband too?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'll probably ask him personally like,
Okay.
what he would bring.
Okay.
We'll work on that.
He's a
little
meat
bit.
guy, so
He's a meat guy.
any type of meat probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he's in there. He's in there. Is he the cook of the house?
Yeah, I would say he takes care of the meats. I'm more of like the sides type of
Okay.
girl, but
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of meat? Steak.
I like steak, yeah. Ribeyes
Hmm.
I like. I love ribs. I mean, there's nothing better than my dad's ribs in Toronto. Like, they're to die for, and my husband's obsessed with them
Mm-hmm.
too. So,
I'm a little like shook only because from media and from the different friends that I have,
Yeah.
I grew up with Eleanor is someone that was over here at UT that's from Toronto. She speaks
Okay.
French as well.
Yeah.
Creole. And then a friend of mine, RJ Barrett, plays in the NBA right now, Toronto
Okay.
Raptors.
nice.
But they have this lingo that's very similar to the DMV. It's just
Yeah.
their own kind of lingo. So I'm surprised you don't have it. You don't know about it? You've never heard of it
I
before?
don't know. I feel like I've been gone for a while, but give me one.
Give you one? I mean, I don't want to offend anybody.
No. It's
Have
okay.
you heard of the word waste man?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Waste man?
Yeah.
Ute?
What?
Ute?
No.
My
Wasteman
ute?
I've heard.
You
No.
know, oh, okay. My ute? We're going my ute? No? Okay, shoot.
Don't know that
I
one. But I
gotta-
feel like people in Toronto would
They
say
would
that.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anymore.
Okay.
They're gonna come for me in the comments. But Toronto.
Yes.
What kind of music do you like listening to? You got me thinking of Drake. And
Yeah, Drake is my favorite.
Ooh.
Yes.
So
I went to
I'm
his
not
concert last year here.
the biggest fan. And I
I
don't
know.
know why. I don't know why I'm not the biggest fan. I really don't.
You're not the biggest fan, you're saying? Oh,
I'm
that's
not.
crazy.
Like, I don't know why. I don't. But,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
I'll give you, like, some
strange.
preference, okay?
Okay.
I used to love old Drake. Old Drake. Like, the
Like trophies
Miss Me.
type?
Oh,
like,
yes.
oh, okay.
Tell me what's really going on.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. So, I used to make beats.
Oh,
I still make beats, but I don't give them out to artists anymore.
okay.
So I used to, in college, that's all I did. I would go to class, come back to my room. I'm up to like 5 in the morning.
Wow.
Sending beats out. Roddy
That's
Ricch,
crazy.
Young Thug, Gunna, like all these different big artists. Tory Lanez. I'm watching all them open up my emails, nothing. Or I'll be on like their Instagram live and they're playing my beat.
Yeah.
I'm just like, like it's happening. And then
Yeah.
go to the next one. I'm like, I gotta get back to it, you know?
Yeah.
So I was heavy in that scene for a while. So with Drake, I think our lifestyles just don't match up.
Okay.
He's a very wealthy person.
Yeah.
I'm not. So like the stuff that he talks about don't really like match up. Like I understand like, you know, the vibes, the beat, the mood, the tempo, the lyric. Like I get all of it on a different kind of level.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think I liked how he used to flow when he was younger.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. There's definitely some good songs from back in the day with him, but I don't know. I think I'm forced to like him.
Okay.
Like, he is
Hometown hero.
Yes. And yeah, all the radio stations play him all the time, that I've just loved him forever, honestly.
Respect the grind though. Like
Yeah.
I don't hate his music. Respect the grind. I just think I like different artists ahead of him more.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
real
that.
deal,
There
it's
you go.
fine.
There you go. Like top 5 artists that you listen to before game day or even during game day.
See, sometimes I like to listen to like slower music, just because if I'm like really amped up, it's like more like, I don't know, more anxiousness. So
Okay.
I like kind of like to tone it down. I like never liked country music. Like I would not listen to a single song in college, and then
And then?
I've changed. So
Jump the gun.
sophomore year,
Got it.
one of my roommates would drive me to training and she would play country, and I'm like, oh my God, please turn this off. Please turn this
That's
off.
me.
And
Still
then
me.
one day it just hit, and I was like, wait, it's kind of good. So now, honestly, I think it's my favorite kind of music.
What? Okay, I have a friend. Hilarious enough.
Yeah.
The friend that I was telling you about that said that she knew you, that she played against you.
Okay.
Is Ashley Negron,
Okay.
right? She said she played against you at one point in time. And so when I told her, I was like, oh my gosh, like I finally got like Jordyn Listro. Like, I can't believe it. Like, you know, she's like, oh, she's like, I don't really know her. I'm like, what? Like I just told her that you knew her, you know, like what?
Yeah.
But she is the same person that always tells me, she's like, oh, I'm gonna get you into country music. I've known her for 10 years. Still no.
Well, you can't start with like super country. You have to go with
Super
like
country?
today's country. Like if you like
Shaboozey?
Morgan Wallen songs.
Morgan
Like you
Wallen.
got to start there. You know?
So now you like country.
Yeah.
Do you go out on fishing boats at all? Are you getting into like the hunting, fishing vibe?
No. I do like being on a boat, but not hunting and fishing.
Got it.
Yeah, no. My husband grew up in Florida though, so I feel like he's
Is he more
of
of
that side.
the?
He likes fishing and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm thinking of a friend of mine. His name's AG. Shout out AG. But he 100% Florida boy. Like he's big on hunting, fishing. All he does is listen to Kodak Black and country music.
Oh wow.
So he goes to every possible country music over Raymond James. Are there any specific country artists that you would like to see in concert?
Morgan Wallen for sure. We had a game this year, so I couldn't go to his in Tampa.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was sad, but that's okay. I mean, if we're considering Taylor Swift country, I don't know. I am a Swiftie, I must say. I just went to her concert in Miami.
Okay.
Unreal. Still not over it. And then I like Jordan Davis, another country one that's good. I used to love Sam Hunt, but he hasn't come out with anything super popular lately. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing someone big. I don't know, but I do love country music, so.
Okay. How big is like music for you?
Oh my God, huge. So my husband will make fun of me. He's like, Jordyn, you do not need to be listening to music when you brush your teeth in the morning. I'm like, no. Like, that's what gets me going. If I'm on a drive, have to be listening to music. So I am a huge music girl. Like, there's music playing all the time for me, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way, actually. I was bumping all the way here
Yeah.
before I even came in the car. Music.
Yeah, it's so nice. You just kind of get lost in your thoughts and listen to good music. I don't know. I love it.
I'm still transfixed on how you even got in the country, only because I'm getting a little scared. Like, I keep hearing everyone else that gets closer and closer, people that I meet.
Yeah.
I got in the country. I didn't like country, and I got into it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, it's getting close.
Yep,
like,
you're going to get there.
How do you think I'll get there? Like, what is it that, like, I don't know. I don't know if I will ever.
Well, the question is, do you focus on the lyrics? You seem like you focus on the lyrics to songs.
I'm more of a beat person.
Okay.
Because music producer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't like Drake because of the lyrics sometimes.
That's a good point. It's a great point. I also think that his beats are very simple. I know most of his producers, not personally, but just from catalog wise. So I know what goes into a beat, and if I hear it, like, that's kind of simple, like, put some more effort into it. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the greatest rapper currently going on a very simple beat. Like, he knows that less is more. I know how smart Drake can be, so I low-key just want more from him in a sense.
Okay, fine.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, okay, going back,
Mm-hmm.
if you like lyrics, I mean, some of the songs are cute and like levy and country music, but I don't know. I think it's like it fits Florida. It's like you have the windows rolled down, you're on your way to the beach in the summer, like it's just a vibe.
I am from Maryland, so I think that goes. I don't know.
I mean, try it this summer. Okay.
I'm trying to try it.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying, Jordan. I'm trying. I'll listen to it and I'll just hear like the twang of the guitar. Too country for me, and I'm just like, I don't know.
I said start with today's country.
Okay, very true.
More poppy country.
Someone I do like though that I'm starting to warm up to, Shabuzi. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, but like I need to hear the songs.
A little more. He had a hit song.
I know. I'm trying to think of it also.
It's like everybody on the club again too.
Yeah. I mean, that one wasn't my favorite, but it was good. Okay. It was fine.
There's like with him, I know he's like a mixture. He's like hip hop and country. Yeah. So he can mix it sometimes, and I do like the more hip hop songs.
Okay, so you stick with that, and then slowly move over.
Getting in there. I can still appreciate country. Would I listen to it in my free time? No. I'm unfortunately not like the rom-com kind of person.
Okay, well, yeah.
Fortunately, not yet. I will. I'll open up a little bit. Okay. I won't watch rom-com by myself. Okay. If I have a nice young lady. Yeah. I will definitely watch them. Okay. I can still appreciate work with that. I can do that. Okay. So country, if I'm going to the beach and I have a nice young lady in the passenger side, well, listen to country if she wants to.
Okay, that's good.
I won't do it on my own.
Fine. We'll start there.
Yeah.
So
I'm warming up. Would you have any suggestions of what to listen for, I guess?
You have to start with Morgan Wallen. Just like start with a couple of his biggest songs.
I'll try. I'll hit my boy AG up. Let's see. Okay. So he's encouraged me. So AG actually played football, NFL. So he's just. I'll give you like a description. He's just a big black dude. Okay. He's like like the Under Armour mannequins. He looks like that. He's that big. So he always lets me know, like, whenever there's like a concert, he's like, I got a free ticket. Yeah. Let's go. Like, for what? Like, I'm just like, I don't know any songs. I'm just gonna be kind of standing there. So I think next time, AG, you got a ticket, I'll go. I'll
like the amphitheater here for country concerts, like you can get lawn seats for cheap, and it's just so fun. Like that atmosphere, I think, is better than when they're at Raymond James.
Okay. So mid amphitheater, that's the one over. Okay.
So start with that. Okay. And then we'll move on.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out. Now I'm gonna get like a lot of. Yeah. So this is gonna actually air in like January, right before your next game, February 8th.
Great.
So I'll make sure before then, if there's any country, I'll go. Mid-amp
Perfect.
theater. I'm going to take a picture, send it right to you.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm like dreading it. I know I got to force myself to get in the mindset. I can
got
do it. I can do it. I can do it. Are you a movie person at all?
No. See.
What? No.
I know. I have a lot of friends. My sister is a huge like TV movie girl. My husband's obsessed with movies. I am not a TV person, and I never have been. I don't know why. I just don't enjoy it. I will watch a series here and there, but I'm not.
I'm glad I asked. So now we're 1-1. I'll make a bet with you.
Okay.
Before the end of this year.
Yeah.
Of course, if there's like country concerts in the area.
Yeah.
I'll go to one.
Okay.
I'll give you and your husband movie recommendations.
Okay, fine. But like, what kind of movie?
What kind of movie would you tolerate first? Or what would you like to, what could keep your attention?
I mean, I'll like go off a show. Like I loved the show Ozark.
Okay.
Like I was like off my seat the entire time.
Ozark. Okay.
Yeah. So like shows like that I like. I loved Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Different vibe
That's
for
all right.
sure.
All right.
But
There's still a root reason.
Yeah. So but then I do like Nicholas Sparks movies, which are like so like girly and chick flicks.
That's all right.
But it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I watch Gossip Girl.
Okay.
XOXO. I watch it. I'm trying to think.
Did you watch Degrassi before or no?
Because of Drake.
Yeah. We were actually on an episode.
You're joking.
Yeah, my soccer team was like
no way
in an episode. Yep.
Yeah, I'm currently on a TV set right now.
Oh, okay, nice.
On a TV set with
Wow.
so I won't say too much, but the TV set that I'm on right now, I won't give too much away. But it's a very tense series. It's supposed to bring a lot more awareness of what could possibly come.
Okay.
But it's not supposed to say that in people's face.
Okay.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that, but it's okay.
Okay.
But I mean, the series itself is fun. Being on set, honestly, is super fun.
Yeah.
How was it for you on the set of Degrassi? That's actually crazy.
I was so little. I mean, it was fun. We just were, doing drills and stuff, and then the main character at the time, she was like on our team and like getting hit in the face with the ball. So, yeah, I mean, it was a cool experience.
Okay, we got Degrassi, we got Ozark, we got Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to dig deep into what could Jordyn like about all these shows.
As a kid, I was obsessed with Pretty Little Liars.
Okay.
That was like my show.
Sounds like tense drama, like suspense in a way.
Yeah.
Suspense.
Comedy is not for me.
Okay,
I'll tell you
cool,
that.
cool.
I don't usually laugh when people laugh at things. Like I don't know why.
Why is that?
I don't know.
What is your sense of humor? This is getting juicy.
It's so bad. No, it's so bad. Like if somebody trips.
Oh, so you're one of those.
Or yeah, I'm one of those.
You're laughing at other people's pain.
Yeah, kind of. It's bad, but
that's not bad. That's like
as long as they're okay, just like a little trip here and there, I like die laughing. But that's more my humor.
Surprising enough, so I went to school for new media at University of Tampa, and so the thing there was we had a lot of different classes that tapped into like just the origins of like animation, comics, like a lot of different things. But in my off time, since I was already obsessed with film and whatnot, I already was watching like different directors and like how they became to be, why they write certain things, all that stuff. I know how to put a film together, and I've never done it before. So kind of just going through TV sets, different movie sets and stuff like that. Now it's just all fun because I kind of know which part is about to happen already.
Yeah.
So hearing this already, trying to think of a good way to say it. There's a word for it, and I can't remember the word. But there's a specific type of movies for people like you, basically. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Perfect.
So now I know exactly what to send you.
I honestly think it's like the length of time for me. Like they are so long for me to be doing the same thing.
I got you.
For 2 hours.
I got you.
I'd rather like run 5 errands and come back.
I got you. That's actually, oh wow, I'm glad you said that. So something that people don't usually think is normal is that. So I'm a person that will watch movies over and over.
Oh my gosh, my sister's the same.
Over. Me and your sister would get along.
Yeah. No, can't relate. I
Can't do
can't. That
See,
sounds terrible to me.
But that's now.
Yeah.
At first, I couldn't do that, obviously, because of all the soccer that I was playing. It's like soccer, eat, sleep, dream, soccer, just soccer. So obviously, when I had more time on my hands, because at Montverde, our days over at like 12 for the athletes. So then we go from lunch to practice, where I have 2 practices. You practice in the morning, and you practice midday. So then after that, if you don't have homework or you finished all your homework, now you just got time.
Yeah.
So eventually it was like, okay, I'll start making beats now. Or like, all right, I got to take a break from beats. What do I do? Let me do something else to help my future.
Movies.
Boom, movies. So after I got injured, that was all I was doing. I got extra time. So it's like, all right, let me watch it again. So that's when I started actually getting more details into it. It was like, all right, first I'm going to watch it for like entertainment.
Yeah.
Then I'll probably watch another movie and try to figure out how did that director like piece everything together. Why did he write it this way? What does it mean when this color comes on the screen? Like so many different.
Yeah, that's intense.
I'll geek out. I want to be like great. The same, like I guess how good I was in soccer. I want to be that good with directing.
Nice.
So I'm basically gonna seem crazy to people that don't know too much about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. That's good to know.
So me and your sister would get along. We would.
Most people do get along with her.
So I get it now. I'm starting to understand clearly the type of movie that you would like.
Yeah.
Because of the type of humor that you have. You want it to be shorter. So you're a TV show kind of person.
Yeah, definitely TV shows over movies. And like I like series that are like short. Yeah.
So if you're traveling for a game. It's now a away game for Tampa Bay Sun. What are you downloading on the plane? Or are you just going to sleep? You're just going to sleep.
I do not download anything on the plane.
What do you do?
I listen to music.
Okay.
I get the Wi-Fi. It's a good time to like catch up with people. Because sometimes like my friends back home too will text me and like, I don't know, update me on something and I'm not in a place or time to like respond fully with what's going on. So, I mean, I do that or like catch up on emails or anything. I'm a Wi-Fi girl on the plane. And then I'd say when I get to the hotel, I'll maybe watch TV on my laptop. My roommate is a huge reader, so she's been trying to get me to like read with her. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've been doing that. But yeah, that's really the only time that I'm like more relaxed, open to movies, TV, but definitely not at home.
We're going to revisit this conversation.
Okay.
I will remember this because since I'm a huge movie person.
Yeah.
I literally want to start like movie groups. I want to go to the movies. See, you may not like it, but people that watch movies low-key need other people that also like them too.
Well,
100%.
What's hard for me is like when people make movie references and I'm just like, I don't get it.
Know 'em?
Like, I don't know them. And like so many of my friends do that to me and I'm just like, awkward. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is it the same thing with like TikTok memes and the sounds and all that stuff?
Well, I've never felt so old until this year at the Sun because
You're still young, dude.
Okay, but we have academy players with us that are like 16, 17, and they're saying all these words, and I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, oh my God, Jordyn, you're a grandmother. And like, because I don't know any of these,
you can't
like,
call her that, guys. That's messed up.
I don't know any of these like words. I'm just like not, with it anymore. So yeah, the TikTok memes, I guess I don't really know either. I'm not a huge TikTok girl, so.
Dang.
But.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, it's not like good. My sister and the girls on my team think I'm like a grandmother on it because I don't know how to post properly.
What's your sister's name?
Julia.
Julia. Yeah. Hi, Julia. Nice to meet you. We are going to be good friends because I hear we have the same mind. I think is Julia a TikToker?
No, she's not either, but she definitely knows what to post if she wanted to. I think my mom actually is obsessed with TikTok. She went like viral on one of hers.
Mama Listro?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know, it's like fun for her to do, I guess, but her and my sister's boyfriend did like some challenge where they stand on one foot and it got over like 10 million views.
Stand on one foot.
Stand on one foot and like put their shoe on. I don't know. It really wasn't that cool, but people seem to think it was cooler than my videos. So yeah.
Surprising enough, I have a feeling you might get into it. In the next like 5 years, you definitely.
I want to. I don't know what my thing would be.
Listen up, Tampa Bay Sun.
It's here.
Participants and players, staff, get Jordyn her TikTok, like in the next 10 TikToks, get her moving a little bit. I have a feeling in the next like 2 weeks you'll be a TikTok person.
Oh no.
All of Tampa will probably know who you are just because you're TikToks.
The day in the life stuff is just exhausting.
You don't have
to
do it though. There's like, okay, coming from a media person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you tips and tricks that can fit your lifestyle.
Okay.
So, if you don't want to do day in the life, which you obviously don't have to do,
yeah.
you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to have a social media. But if you would like to get into it, just kind of like be a part of what everyone kind of sees on like a daily basis or knows, the sounds, whatever it is, you can pick your own niche.
Yes.
So I can leave this building and be like, I want to be a food critic now. I'm literally going to figure out what works for me.
Yeah.
If I don't have enough money to go to all these different amazing restaurants around Tampa, I'm going to start small. I'm going to go to different places that are super cheap. And then I'm going to just go and record and probably give a food review.
Yeah.
And eventually, since everyone's like, oh, I didn't see this place in Tampa, but they know you're in Tampa. Now it's all these different people from Tampa are looking at your video. From there, since it's already a lot of people looking at it, it's probably going to go further. Now you got Atlanta. Now you got...
I know.
It just goes. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
You can literally fit into whatever you want to do.
I know. I've been told so many times, but I don't know.
And that's
more
the
of an
best
Instagram
part.
Girl.
You don't have to do it. You can literally tell someone else, one of the Academy players, hey.
Oh, they have. That's funny that you just said that because two of them have my account information and they're like, well, you will post for you in exchange for like the cane shoes that I have. And I was like, okay, we can do that. So they've had my account. They've been slacking, which you can see, girls. There's no videos being posted right now.
Dead.
But
am I allowed to help? I love doing this stuff. This is what I do. This is what I do for business.
I mean,
I do this for
please.
business.
Yeah.
I would love to help.
Okay.
What are their names? Did they help you out?
Oh, Skylar and Aaliyah.
Skylar and Aaliyah. Okay.
Yeah.
I should know them. I've been getting, since again, I'm a huge like stat roster person.
Yeah.
Even before the games, I'll look up all you guys. So whenever who has the ball, I'm like, okay, I know who that is. And then I'll be screaming while I'm waving the flag.
Oh, nice.
That's just me. I gotta get into it, man.
Yeah.
I can't just watch and be quiet anymore.
I feel like the games are a pretty good environment, though.
It is. It's a fun environment.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Good.
Everybody's loud.
Yeah.
So
you can hear it too.
Yeah. But yeah, if I would love to help.
Okay.
Love to help. I'm a social media person. I've fully immersed into it. I embrace it now. So
nice.
I'll be more than happy to help.
All right, deal.
You hear that, guys? I'll be happy to help. So for last question, because we are, I guess, reaching our hour.
Sure.
For the youth in general, what is something that you would tell your 8-year-old self now? If your 8-year-old self could see you now, what would you tell her?
Probably that it's not always going to be an easy path, and it's not going to be the path that you think it's going to be to get to where you want to get to. There's just so many things that happen along the way that you can't plan for, but if you show up every day and believe in yourself and stay committed to what you want to do, I mean, you'll end up getting there just in a different way. So kind of just have to go along with the journey and keep pushing every day.
Thank you again, Jordyn Listro.
Of course.
I know you may still see me as a kid if you want to.
No.
But, I mean, thank you for being patient with me because this is
course.
obviously new. I don't even consider myself a podcaster whatsoever. So I'm already had enough fun getting to know who you actually are.
Thanks for having me.
I'll get to help with social media.
Yes.
And then, hilariously enough, I'm about to go to a helicopter ride after this. Yeah.
Wait, fun.
So I'm a little terrified. So I'm just
good luck.
trying to get over that fear. But I mean, go with my friend Coma from church.
Okay. Maybe
So,
listen to some country music along the way. It will
I'll
mellow
do
you
that.
out. You won't be nervous.
I'll listen to country music for the first 10 minutes and I'll shut it off. I'll listen to country music.
Fine.
I'll figure out the concert.
Okay.
I'll let you know which concert I'm going to. And I'll send you the movies.
Deal.
And then we could do this again after the season.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. After we win a championship.
Even better. So from this airs next game, February the 8th. Maybe we'll see you. Maybe not. We'll see.
Well, are you coming to our last home game of the fall?
I'm coming to every possible home game I can come to.
December 14th. Be there.
My bad. December 14th. This will air in January.
Yeah,
Bad.
sounds good.
But I'll go to every possible Tampa Sun home
please.
game. And then Athlete Innovations is a gym that I work at.
Nice, okay.
Operation 53. If you guys would love to come, off-season training.
Thank you.
Got you.
Thank you. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.